Hello, everybody. All you wonderful internet people. Just have to. I feel like before I start talking, I did tell you guys that this is not going to be one of my normal, happy, silly videos. We're just going to get that out of the way right away. This is more serious. I'm talking about something serious that's been weighing on me. This is as much of a dump it off my chest as it is an attempt to try and start a discussion and maybe make some change. And I think that's a big thing to ask. And I'm just one of a little YouTuber, occasional streamer. Who am I to try and make a change in this community? But I am part of this community. I'm part of this amazing online community. I'm a viewer. I'm a content producer. I love this community. I want to be a bigger part of this community. That's the disclaimer right off the bat. So I really want to have a discussion, and I'm passionate about this. I want to have a discussion about this online abuse that happens everywhere. I'm like all the social media platforms, Twitter, all of that, all the like the media platforms, YouTube, MLG, Twitch, all of that. There's this insane amount of abuse that has become normal and acceptable. For some reason, our community says, "Oh well, people are just gonna troll. People are just gonna talk shit in your comments. People are going to abuse you. People are gonna fuck with your mental well-being for fun, and that's okay. That's part of our community. That's not all right." And we're as much at fault as they are. We allow this. We say, "Okay, fine. This is part of our community. We're gonna accept this. We're not gonna be critical of this. We're just gonna let it happen." And then when YouTubers finally have enough and they jump on Twitter and they talk about it, they've already had too much, and sometimes they're not rational. They push things a little too far, and then they get shit. You get told off for having feelings. Instead of this isn't okay, we need to stop this, we need to stop abusing you, people say, suck it up, Buttercup, or stop doing it. This is part of this community. This is part of doing what you do. If you don't want to do it, stop doing it and stop bitching about getting in trouble. Or getting told off. This is not fair. This is not fair. We shouldn't allow this at all. The websites that this is on shouldn't allow this. Like, if I accidentally stream a game I shouldn't on Twitch, I can get my account banned from Twitch. I lose more than a year worth of work that I put in to build a community. But some asshole can come in and, well, actually, I have a real example. This happened quite a while ago. But so I was streaming a story-based game that I had never played before. I didn't want spoilers. I even put in the chat no spoilers. I had a guy come into my chat whose name was like Game Spoilers or something like that, and he started spewing out spoilers. And I even nicely said, "Okay, this is a spoiler-free channel. Please stop spoiling." So he kept spoiling. So I banned him, and he made another account. He came back, and he kept spamming spoilers. And this continued. I kept banning him. This kept happening. He made 10 accounts. On the 10th account, I realized I have no power here. He can just keep making accounts. I can report one of his accounts, but it's not going to do anything. So I just had to ignore him. I had to not look at my chat. I had to just ignore my chat, pretend it wasn't happening, and have the game completely ruined for me because I had no power to stop it. Once I ignored him, he went away because he wasn't getting a reaction out of me. But someone like that doesn't deserve the privilege of watching Twitch streamers. It's not a right. You don't have a right to watch Twitch. If you can't be a decent human being, you shouldn't be able to watch it. The website should give you an IP ban, and you should find somewhere else. No, actually, you shouldn't. You should not abuse anybody anywhere. No one deserves that abuse. And yeah, some spoilers on a game is very limited in the abuse. But I have people come into my stream and they call me a faggot, and the worst thing is they'll come in and they'll give you like a compliment, and then they'll just start spewing hatred. That's not acceptable anywhere. That's not fair. If you did that to someone in person, you could get in a whole lot of trouble. If you do that to someone who's underage, they can report you to the police and you can get in a lot of trouble because people are cracking down on cyberbullying. But as a grown-ass adult, I just have to suck it up and take it. I've read, and maybe it's different in different countries, but I've read the laws and the rules on cyberbullying, and in Canada where I live, cyberbullying only applies to people who are like 16 and younger. If you're over 16, you're just expected to take the abuse and roll with it. That's not fair. And the same goes for like Twitter. There are Twitter accounts created only to be an asshole. Like there's there's like crazy neo-Nazi people who talk about still talk about exterminating the Jews, killing all the N-words. And that's that you can report those accounts for hatred. Twitter doesn't do anything about it. People who build their Twitter accounts on hatred that almost nowhere in the world is acceptable. It's acceptable on the internet. Because people feel like they have the right to go on Twitter and be hateful assholes. That's not okay. Those people should be banned. Those people should be IP banned. Those people should be put on a fucking watch list. Because what's the difference between talking about killing Jews and killing Jews? The action. The people who believe that it's okay to kill Jews and they spew that belief, they could lead people to go out and bomb a synagogue. It's not acceptable behavior anywhere. And yes, I've talked about spoiling a game, and then I've talked about exterminating the Jews, and those are two extremes. But they're two extremes that should not be allowed. Either end. Yes, this killing all the Jews is a way bigger problem, and that is a legal issue versus oh no, you hurt my feelings issue. But they're both freaking bad. They're not acceptable. So we've talked about the issue with the website. Okay, it's the responsibility of the website to police this, but it's also the responsibility of our community. All of us, we are all responsible for the health of this community. And I'm not saying you should go to YouTube comments and you should troll the trolls back, but you should make it clear that this is not acceptable behavior and they're not welcome here. Don't flame them. If they start trolling you back, ignore them. Don't give them the attention they want. But make it clear on all of these sites, it is not acceptable to bully people. It is not acceptable to be mean to people. It is not acceptable to troll people. It's not okay. It's not okay anywhere. And more than anything, you support the crap out of the people who are creating content for you. Okay, if someone says on Twitter that they're upset about the abuse that they're receiving, don't tell them to suck it up and stop being a little bitch. Tell them that it's okay. We support you. We like your videos. We like what you're doing. We understand. And keep doing what you do. That's what you need to say to these people. You need to support the people who are creating content for you. You have to improve the community. Don't take away from the community. And the other thing we need to address is the word troll. There's different levels of troll, okay? And there's even acceptable trolling, and this is a gray area, and this is going to be a hard thing to deal with. I have people who come into my Twitch channel because I have my Twitch set up so that people can make music requests, and they'll show up. So I have people in my channel who are there all the time, who have been watching me for months, and they'll troll me. But it's like they'll play a silly song to kind of mess with me, and it's funny, right? That's a line you can't define, or it's very hard to define, because I feel like now I have a relationship, I have a friendship with these people, and it's good natured. But if someone who's never been to my channel comes in and starts doing the same thing, I'm going to be less accepting of it because I don't have the relationship. I don't know whether they're coming in here to be an asshole or if it's lighthearted ribbing. I don't know. So that's something we have to define as a community as well. We have to say, okay, what's acceptable? We have to have a consensus, and we have to agree on what's acceptable. What do we say? No, like we can't just say you can't do this at all, because like it ruins some of these relationships. But we just have to stand together. We have to stop this. This is just going to get worse. This is going to get there's already chunks of the internet, like people joke about like Reddit and crap, how you can't post anything on Reddit, or there's just the general understanding that anything you post on the internet you're gonna get argued with. But there's the difference between having a lighthearted argument, like, okay, I believe this, you believe this, we both have beliefs and we don't agree, but we can understand each other, and your beliefs are stupid, everything you think is stupid, your family is stupid, I'm gonna come kill your mother and shit down her throat. That's not acceptable. Whereas, I don't agree with you, this is what I think, we should have a discussion about this, that's fine. You can disagree with people, but you can't be an asshole to people. You can't be a dick. You just can't. You just have to stop. Okay? It has to stop right now. No more of this. We have to make this, this is not an acceptable thing to do. Everyone has to stop now. You're ruining this community that we have. You are ruining it all. You're making it a hostile, terrible place to be. You just have to stop. Now.